Hello guys, I'm Tom and I'm here to talk about what we've learned during the development of our game, Arclight Cascade. Today I'm going to talk to you about designing for designers, or, well, development tools, basically. To break this down, there are, two types of development tools. Robust tools, which are basically engines, sort of very user-friendly, your Unities, your Game Makers, your Unreal 4s, if you call that user-friendly. And then you've got your bespoke, your specified. So this is level editors for specific games, data alterers for specific levels. We're going to talk about the latter today because that's what we've used for our game. But it might be worth a listen if you're ever interested in making a game with special levels, special rules, or just waves or anything like that, because we found ourselves saving a lot of time by depending on these bespoke tools rather than just using the tools that were given to us by the engine. Let me show you what I mean. We'll start off with an example of a bad level editor bespoke tool. This isn't really a level editor, but it's of the school that I learned for making tools for designers and developers. This is an app called Hero Calculator. I made it for a match-free game that I was working on. Sort of you have multiple heroes of different colors, and depending on how you match them up, they have different effects based on how many attacks each hero will get, how many targets they'll hit, how much damage, etc. Sort of a fun strategy take on the match-free game. So, knowing that, you can kind of see what this is supposed to do, what all the stats means, where all the numbers go, and what the final outcome is. It's designed so you can figure out how much damage each hero will do depending on the stats you've given it. And it fits the function. You can calculate that. It does that for you. But it does it with a very poor user interface, and this is why I chose the name Designing for Designers, because this was not designed for designers. This was designed for me. This was me understanding the outcome of the maths and understanding what's going on underneath. This is a poor design choice. You should always design build tools with user interface in mind, I found, because I come back to this and I had to take a few minutes remembering what it all did because it's so poorly laid out. Let's examine this for a moment. Okay, Excel spreadsheet, that's fine, we can understand that. But what is this doing? Just hero 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that the number of heroes or the hero in the list? In the list of matches? And can we extrapolate any data further on? Can I add any more? It's very poor to read. This is a poor interface. Now I'm going to open up our project and show you how that translated into our game. Originally, this was the original design tool we had for waves. You went Designer Tools, Wave Builder, aha! We have a whole tab dedicated to it, just like a Windows form. New basic wave, brilliant, some nice context-sensitive UI, which is split into two panels, because, oh, Jesus Christ. You see where this is already going to get complicated. Why do you need to split your UI into two panels for any situation, let alone tools design? But we'll trot on since we're here. Call it Tom's Old Wave. Tom's Old Wave. Great. Okay, so now, okay, I'm just going to spawn a regular old whatever. I don't really care. Nah. The important thing is it might spawn something. We'll call it a test play. Great. Now, let's edit it. Oh, it's still there. Can you see what the next problem is with this school of thought? I'm going to have a big old bespoke program that'll do it all for me. It sounds robust, but really it just gets in the way. Where am I going to put this? It's taking up inspector space here. It's taking up scene space here. There is no sensible place to put this, and I only realized this when I gave it to my designer, and she said, I don't normally have that open because there's nowhere to put it, and it's not in my workflow. So, the first lesson I learned there was, design tools for designers as if you're designing them for consumers, because that's effectively what they are. You're designing a tool for a consumer, be it a designer, a developer on your team, or even yourself. I find myself saving time by implementing designs that I would find user-friendly, rather than what I would find efficient, because it's just quicker and easier for me to build. Let me show you what I mean. Let's get rid of this poor example of an interface, and get rid of Tom's Old Wave. instead, let's use the current system we have. Now for this, I asked my designer, well, what is your process? What do you do? I watched her make a wave in front of me and I made a note of it. So for a start, everyone knows who uses Unity knows how to create an empty game object. That's just standard. Everyone also knows how to add a component. So let's build it off that. And immediately, we add our wave-based script, and voila, it automatically names it just like it did before. All the important UI is still visible in here, just like it was before, but it's presented in a fashion that works with the flow that already exists. And that means it's a lot easier for designers and developers who already use Unity, which they will if they're building in this engine, to just get along and play with. We still got all the fun of, context-sensitive menu options. There we go. We've still got all the joy of context-sensitive menu options, like the timer. If we choose timer to be the rule of the wave, it'll give us a timer, otherwise a number of enemies to kill. But we've still got all these buttons for generating default let me show you what I mean. Generating default values, creating spawners for this wave. It's all still here, but, and here's the neat trick that you might have noticed there, it's only there when I need it to be there. A good tool is non-intrusive. That's the real takeaway I got from this, and I've been making tools mostly for personal projects for years, and I never realized how much time I could save by treating myself as a player, as a user and a consumer, rather than just it as a tool that was, got me 1+1 as fast as physically possible. People are the real bottleneck there, not your program. So yeah, that's what we do at the moment for building levels. We use a bespoke editor script on top of the level script that's already there. I'm going to leave you with one more little tool we use before I leave. This wave base interface is actually made using, I'll just open it up for you, it's actually built using a Unity editor script, which goes over the top of our original wave-based class. Now, normally you have to write out, you have to tell it to inherit the correct behavior, you have to tell it to pump out to the right on GUI function, and this can take a while to set up. So, in his infinite wisdom, our other coder made a really handy design tool, and this is what I'm talking about, designing for designers, by the way. Rather than having to go through and type all that out, we implement on top of the workflow we already have. So say I got Game Manager. I want to make an editor interface class for Game Manager. Now I can, rather than have to create a fresh script and inherit a bunch of things, I just right-click the script, create, make editor script. And then if we go to our editor folder, there it is. It's all here, ready to set up and write. I'll post the link in the description if you want to grab this script. It's a really handy little tool that we've started using, so we figured we'd share it. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, go check us out on Greenlight, or subscribe if you really want, I guess. I'll catch you in the next vlog video. Bye-bye.